Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for August 30th, 2024. This is one of the coolest new arrival weeks I've had in quite a while because not only do I have some cool stuff to show you, but there's been some killer pre-orders that were just announced. And I'm talking just announced like an hour and a half before I shot this video. These were announced. So I will show you this, but first, I'm going to start with the pre-orders. So the next two Blue Note Classic titles that are being done as Blue Note Indie Record Store exclusives. That's essentially a Blue Note Classic on blue vinyl with the Obi strip. Those are coming out October 11th. They're up for pre-order. We've got Midnight Blue and Hank Mobley's Soul Station. The next two Blue Note Classics have been announced. We've got Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, A Night in Tunisia. Phenomenal record, killer record. And Donald Byrd's Royal Flush. Both of those come out October 18th. Both fantastic titles. Jerry Cantrell, I Want Blood, the indie exclusive, coming out October 18th. Let's see, 15th anniversary, a deluxe edition box set of Mastodon's Crack the Sky. That comes out October 4th. Culture Club, Kissing to be Clever, October 18th. I don't know what that is. I didn't write that down. Maybe a new album? I would think. They're doing a limited blue vinyl variant from Impacts of Bud Shank's Barefoot Adventure. Awesome record. Highly recommended. Kind of a record that took everybody by surprise. A lot of people hadn't heard that, didn't know how good it was, didn't know how good it would sound. That's been a home run, but they're doing like just a blue vinyl variant. But the coolest thing that was just announced, and I kind of said this was going to be announced. I kind of speculated on this. If you watch the channel, you know this is something I talked about. But they just sent over the Rocktober titles from Rhino. Rhino does Rocktober every year. It's essentially records meant for independent record stores, brick and mortar indie record stores that they do like a special run of color variations or exclusives limited to those stores. Well, what did they announce? They announced Black Sabbath, self-titled Rhino High Fidelity. This is, of course, the unnumbered Rhino High Fidelity. And its partner record, which was Devo's Freedom of Choice. I don't know if that's going to be unnumbered or not. I guess that depends on how well it's sold originally. If they're just swimming with freedom of choice over there at Rhino, they just like Tutu and John Coltrane's Olé, they might have unnumbered or numbered copies. But I would doubt it. That record is awesome. That's a sleeper. I did a kind of a standalone video talking about that. Don't sleep on Devo's Freedom of Choice. It is unbelievably good. But a bunch of other non-Rhino Hi-Fi Rocktober titles have been announced. Stone Temple Pilots, Ramones, Doobie Brothers, Typo Negative. Go onto the website, click pre-orders. They're all listed. Okay. Let's show you guys this box set first because it's big and it's in the way. That is, oh my God, Chick Corea's Trilogy. So this is essentially Trilogy 1 and Trilogy 2. This is an 8-disc box set from Concord. Kind of a really nice semi-metallic texture, no, just like a spot metallic cover of the box. Interesting, very heavy, very big. Don't know the sourcing on this, but this is it, the complete trilogy. I'd be shocked if they didn't do something deluxe with the mastering on this, but check the website for that. Okay, only the second time I have ever done an In-Groove exclusive. The first one sold out like immediately, and I did more of them. I think it was like 500. That was Canelmus's Folkstone Prism, the very first In-Groove exclusive. And by exclusive, I mean a title that you can get elsewhere, but the color variant was exclusive to us. Folkstone Prism sold out immediately. Fantastic psych record from Phoenix. Originals go for like $5 grand. Very high dollar record. I enjoyed doing it and decided to do another one. And the one that I chose was actually this, the Doug Carn Trio. This is originally on Savoy. Real Gone Music put this out. But what's nice about this is more, like I've turned down a lot of indie exclusives. I want indie exclusives more to the liking of what I do here at the In-Groove. So a lot of indie exclusives they put forth, they're just run-of-the-mill records, that are exclusive color variants. And maybe I should do more of them, but the Canelmus was special to me. It's my favorite record ever to come out of Arizona. Love the record. Met Ken Walker. you know, the lead guy in the band. I got a long history with that record, so that's the reason I did that. And plus, I always thought it's a purple cover. I always thought it'd be cool as a purple disc. But this was the first one that I haven't turned down because this was more my liking. This originally came out on Savoy. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get to listen to it and decide whether I wanted to do it, so I had to take a little bit of what they said, you know, and kind of take a little bit on faith. But that, you know, it was announced to me that we're going to be doing this Doug Carn Trio. We got the original master tapes from Universal, because I think Universal owns Savoy. Either Universal or, no, Concord. Concord owns Savoy. God, they need a Concord. They need a Savoy. Throw some of those in the OJC series, guys. Those are killer titles. But they're like, we're going to be doing this from the original master tape. We're really going to care about how this thing sounds. That's kind of our goal. That's kind of our goal with this. This record is so rare. This is actually not even the original cover of the record. Doug Carn's daughter drew this. They couldn't even find an original copy of this to scan in. If you go on Discogs, I think it shows 13 people own this record. It's probably more than that, obviously. But this is not a very easy to see come by record. I've never seen one in person. I don't know anybody that has it. It's super rare. But they insisted it's going to be cut from tapes, and I'm like, well, okay, who's going to do it? And they're like, well, it's going to be done at Well Made Music. By who? I'm like, Well Made Music, you don't really hear about that as being an audiophile reissue house. But it was done, and actually, on the back, lacquer's cut from the original master tapes by Clint Holly and Dave Polster at Well Made Music. I saw that, I'm like, all right, no, we got the In-Groove hype sticker here. Limited to 300 copies on creamsicle vinyl. Now, it's really the In-Groove colors. It is like an orangish, tannish color, right? Just like the store logo. But there is only 300 of these things made. I did a very low number, and most of them are sold. In the next couple of days, I'm assuming I will have none left, because most of them sold in pre-order. But I listened to it and I was blown away how good it sounded. I was like so excited. I mean, either way, I don't have anything to compare it to because I don't have an original, but this is kind of like right in line with those better jazz recordings of the day. It sounds really damn good. Great, kind of a R&B-ish, it's a soul jazz record more than like a bop record, for instance. But, you know, the first track is a cover, Walk Right In. But what a great record. I'm so thrilled that this turned out well. Well Made Music, man. It's a creamsicle color, but the record was so quiet. It was just stone quiet. But reasonably priced for an audiophile, at least audio presentation. You know, the cover is a standard cover, but there it is. The Doug Carn Trio, and they did a much better job on my In-Groove hype sticker this go around, which I was pleased with. I felt the Canelmus one kind of looked a little bit after the fact. But this looks like really, this is Lux. This is a Lux hype sticker. Really well done. The logo looks beautiful. Okay. Audiophile Jazz Time. We've got Miles. This one has been delayed, but I'm so thrilled that it's here. This is the new Miles Davis Quintet from OJC. Beautiful all analog cut from the original master tapes by, says Kevin Gray at Coherent sometimes. That's not the case. Sometimes his assistant does it. But they'll sound killer as well. But here it is, beautiful laminate cover, fantastic. And to go with it, we've got Clark Terry in Orbit. I've talked about it. When it comes to jazz, this is hands down my favorite series being made just because it's titles that have needed a repressing. And when it comes to rock, it's probably the Rhino hi-fi stuff. It's just out of the park. Both of those are now shipping. They were pre-orders as well as this Patrick Leonard. This is Patrick Leonard. It all comes down to mood. I've talked about this a few times. This is the record that was kind of, the vinyl was kind of put together with Michael Fremer. He talks about this a lot. He's done quite a bit of reviews on it. I actually, to this point, have still not had a chance to listen to the damn vinyl. I've streamed it, but I haven't had a chance to listen to the vinyl. But it is in stock and now shipping, and it's been getting good reviews. Look at this, just in time to capitalize on all the Oasis tour hype. We've got Oasis, definitely, maybe. This is the 30th anniversary. on strawberries and cream vinyl. I'll tell you, if I have to hear about Oasis one more time here at the In-Groove, I might lose it. People are talking about Oasis like it's the Beatles reforming. Like they brought George back from the dead, and they've resurrected them, and we're going to get a concert. It's that kind of talk. Like Pink Floyd or Led Zeppelin is reuniting. That's kind of what I've been hearing a lot. Now, I like Oasis. They're good. They were a real good 90s band. Oasis is not a really good last 50, 60 years band. You know what I mean? They don't, for me anyways, and that's my era. I grew up listening to Wonderwall, Champagne Supernova on the radio all the time, and they are a fantastic 90s band. One of the best. One of the better bands, I would even say, from my generation. But oh my God, the way people talk, I'm telling you. Could just be me, though. All right, Chet Baker. Let's see, Chet Baker in Paris, Volume 1. Now this looks like... I'm curious of what the... Let's see, this is Decca France. I'm curious of what the sourcing is, what they did on this. This is a cheaper version of what Sam Records has already done. I wonder how they sound sonically in comparison. Chet Baker Volume 1, and then this is Volume 2. And then just like Sam, they also did the Chet Baker with Bobby Jasper. I mean, the photographs are great. They look fantastic. I mean, it's not the same beautiful flip back cover like the Sam Records versions, but still great. Oh my God, there's more jazz. But wait, there's more. Okay, Stan Getz, Sweet Rain. This is part of the Acoustic Sound Series Verve series. I streamed this a few times because it wasn't a record I had heard a ton until they announced this. It was quite good. All right, jazz time's over. Sabrina Carpenter, Short and Sweet. This is a colored vinyl variant. I'm guessing this is an indie store exclusive, maybe? They played this record a couple of times in the store, and it's a really odd record. It's not my kind of music, but what's odd to me about this particular record is she's singing and she's sweet, and then she like inserts like random cuss words, almost in an uncomfortable way. Like she's trying to be like hard, but she's clearly not because like, look, but yeah. Not that I would really listen to it anyways. David Bowie, the 2024 debut 1967 reissue of the 1967 debut, printed on limited edition green vinyl. Mono and stereo. Sam Smith, In the Lonely Hour. This is the 10th anniversary vinyl. God, I remember when this came out. That means I've had a record store for like 10 years. But we're on the 10th anniversary edition. And this is, I think, maybe the last time anybody cared about Sam Smith. And I say that based on hard cold facts. And the hard cold facts are I've got a bunch of autographed CDs for like $12 on the website, and I can't sell them. I think they're $11.99. When you're an artist and you've got autographed CDs out there for 12 bucks and they don't sell, that's a problem. Now, let's take Paul McCartney. If Paul McCartney sent me 100,000 autographed CDs, I would sell 100,000 autographed CDs in minutes. Sam Smith, not so much. Not to compare the two, but yeah. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. This is the new album by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, titled The New Album. Oh, I really like this. Very deluxe, heavy, thick cardboard tip-on jacket. Looks nice. This is the clear vinyl version. Yeah, this is a really nice, thick, really well done jacket. From Sun Ra and his orchestra, Strange Strings, the expanded edition on Cosmic Myth Records. Another really thick cover. Looks like a really well done jacket presentation, I guess I would say. Mastered by Joe Lizzie. One of my favorite Disney movies of all time. It's actually my second favorite Disney movie of all time, next to Aladdin. And that is The Lion King, original motion picture soundtrack. This is a Zoetrope vinyl. So Zoetrope is like where I think you put it on the turntable, you look at it through your phone, and like it turns into like an animation because of the refresh rate of the phone looking at the Zoetrope picture disc. But yeah, there it is. Zoetrope picture disc, 30th anniversary. It's like every one of these so far, these Disney limited edition picture discs, or these Zoetrope picture discs, it seems like when they go out of print, they're like very sought after, and they go out of print pretty quick. They seem to be very well sought after on the secondary market. The soundtrack of the classic film with legendary performances by Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, and Quincy Jones. This is The Wiz. So I think this is using, if not the same, I feel like it's the same mastering that probably would have been used on the Vinyl Me Please box set. And the reason I say that is, it says it's done by Chris Bellman, or excuse me, not Chris Bellman, Ryan Smith. I think that's what the hype said online, and that's who did the Vinyl Me Please box. I just can't see them mastering. And I thought I saw, don't hold me to it, go to the website and look. I thought they said this was analog, done from the tapes. I can't see them doing that over and over again, but maybe I'm wrong. But I did an unboxing video on that Vinyl Me Please box set when it came out, and I got a lot of heat because I think this movie's awful. And not only musically, or like, movie-wise. I mean, I guess it's a cult type of movie that people can dig, and I can appreciate it for that, but I just don't know how you can get Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, Quincy Jones together, and this musically is the best album you could come up with. That just mind-boggles me. Yeah. Although Ease On Down the Road is pretty good. The rest of it, not so much. And continuing with the Wizard of Oz theme, we've got the 15th anniversary of Wicked, featuring Ariana Grande. More musicals. We've got Hell's Kitchen, a new musical on Broadway. Music and lyrics by Alicia Keys on translucent blue vinyl. Thomas Rhett, About a Woman. Opaque white vinyl. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is country. Yeah. Oh, check that. Oh, I thought the cover was a different car he was laying on. That would have been kind of a cool, well, that's looks like an old Chevy, right? Yeah, that would have been kind of a cool concept. Alternate cover would be the car he's on, would be the alternate. All right, Thelonious D, Rise of the Phoenix. Did I say Thelonious D? Tenacious D. I saw it and I'm like, I looked at it, I'm like, oh yeah, they got canceled here recently. George Benson's White Rabbit from Music on Vinyl. This is limited to 1,000 copies on white colored vinyl. George Benson, Herbie Hancock, Ron Carter, Hubert Laws, Billy Cobham, Earl Klugh. I mean, like, what a lineup. And a lot of these CTI records were that kind of lineup, but like George Benson told me, they didn't put enough money into the promotion of the label, and they never had any like huge, massive success. Deep Forest 3, Comparsa, limited to 500 copies on translucent colored vinyl. This is the indie colored vinyl edition of Olivia Rodrigo's Guts. I think it's like a splatter wax. Look it up on the website, but it's some special color variant of it. All right, we got Denzel Curry, King of the Mischievous South, Volume 2. So that is the normal vinyl variant, and then we've got the indie record store exclusive violet version. Lamb of God, Ashes of the Wake. This is the 20th anniversary deluxe 2 LP edition featuring 5 new bonus tracks. All right. Ludovico Einaudi, In a Time Lapse, reimagined. Really cool cover. This is on Decca. It's coming up as classical. I am not familiar with this, but that is a very cool cover. Albert King's Live. Albert Live is the name of this record. This is from Culture Factory. They do these one-time pressing, worldwide pressing, 1 black, 1 white disc. Bryson Tiller. Self-titled. From Music on Vinyl, we've got Idle Race, the self-titled album, limited to 750 copies. This is number 124. Also from Music on Vinyl, we've got Saxon, The Inner Sanctum, limited to 1,000 copies on silver-colored vinyl. Number 176. this is a good record. Yeah, I've heard this before. A buddy of mine was real into Brazilian stuff. But Dom Salvador, classic Brazilian soul jazz album, limited edition on translucent magenta vinyl. Self-titled. Skinny Pumpy. Too Dark Park. We've got Palea Royale, Death or Glory. Black inside trans ruby red is the color. Okay. And then we've got another vinyl variation that is on Brown and White Galaxy. I feel like, did I order this? Like, what is this stuff? Ochino, Living Chaos on transparent red and black ice cloudy vinyl. Valley, Water the Flowers, Pray for a Garden. Okay, this is really cool. Not because I even remotely care about this, but so Kraft is doing a lot of like salsa, like a lot of great salsa music, and they're doing it all analog, cut from the master tapes by Kevin Gray. I'm in Phoenix. You know what's very, very popular is like straight like Spanish music, not Brazilian music, but straight Spanish, like Mexican Spanish music. People ask for it all the time. I'm like, I ain't got it. I have nothing. And they're like, well, this is Arizona. This is where it would be. I'm like, well, it ain't here because it doesn't come in the store. Or if there's a lot of it out there, they don't shop at the In Groove and they don't sell their records to the In Groove. But I try my hardest to get like a Vicente Fernandez, and I try to bring these artists in because there's a population here that wants it, right? But I got nothing, very few, like 15, 20 records. When I saw this, I'm like, this is fantastic. This hype sticker is not in English though. But it says the album is El Album Legendario, Del Rey del Corrido. But I do know AAA, Masterzada y Cortada, Usanda, Las Mastras Originals por Kevin Gray de Coherent Audio on de 140 gramos. So very cool though. There is a huge market for this, at least here. I don't know about the rest of the country, but yeah, I don't know what this is musically, but I have a feeling it'll probably do well. The Golden Gate, Year One, another one-time worldwide pressing on Culture Factory. From Culture Factory, one-time worldwide pressing of Rocksteady, Ska and Rocksteady Classics from Treasure Isle Records, Volume 1. The Pansy Division, Undressed. Let's make sure there is it's a male private genitalia on this record, but I want to make sure we blocked it out. We did. I've had an original of this in the past. Post-it note. Zed. Telos. The Loser Edition, which is a first pressing. That's the Loser Edition from Sub Pop. The Bug Club. Limited edition on colored vinyl. This is an interesting cover. Lambert, actually good. It's intended as a score. Interesting. That's a cool cover. Don't know anything about the music, but it's a cool cover. It's actually a, what is this? Ooh. Oh, what a bummer. So this is Catzy, Soft as Strong. This is a 12-inch EP, but on the cover is a crate of records, but they covered the crates. I can't tell what the record collection looks like. It's probably a bunch of like Robert Goulet that the prop guy went and got, but could have been something cool in there. Luke Combs, Fathers and Sons. All right, that is it for this week's new arrival video. Yeah, pretty solid. I highly recommend, if you're a jazz fan, check out this Doug Carn Trio. It's pretty awesome. There's only 300 of them. It has this wonderful logo sticker from the Ingroove. TheIngroove.com. Until next time.